Hey, welcome to a bonus episode of Luke and Lewis. For this month, every single Wednesday, there's going to be a radio edition of the show because we're back on air for this month.
Briefly, yes.
Briefly.
Not a permanent thing,
No.
but we're back every Sunday on the Hit Network between 8 till 10 if you want to listen to it live all around the country.
The show will be coming out every Wednesday, and also every Tuesday, Thursday is still the normal Luke and Lewis episodes with swears and naughty words.
Ooh, we're cheeky boys, aren't we? But no cheeky words in this one. Actually,
weirdly
it gets
sexual.
a little bit cheeky.
Oh, this one, gets.
Yeah.
We had to end the break because Luke almost took us over the edge there.
I forgot where I was,
Yep.
and where I was on national radio, and I forgot about that for a bit. But that's okay. It happens to the best of us.
It really does.
Yes.
Yes. So hope you guys enjoy these bonus episodes. They're really fun. We love radio, so we thought we'd go back for a month when they asked us. But the show's going to come out every Tuesday, Thursday normally.
And also nothing will change to the regular podcast as well. And also my comedy special, The Whitest Boy That Ever Lived, actually dropped today. So you can go get that at lukekidgel.com. Would love it if you guys went and checked it out and let me know what you think. And if you liked it, share it with all your friends. Post about it. That would be mad.
You've got $10, bro. You've got an internet connection and $10. Go get it.
$10, lukekidgel.com. And it's the best thing I've ever done. So I'd love to see you there.
Also, sorry. Do you want to plug?
That didn't make sense. I said I'd love to see you there, but I'd love to see you watching it.
I'd love to see you watch. I would love to see you at my tour.
Yes.
No Slide season's on sale now. Melbourne's coming up in 2 weeks. The first one sold out. The second one only has 70 seats left, so grab them now. Then I'm going to Adelaide, Perth, Bunbury, bunch of other places. I don't know. Google it.
Yep.
See you there. loosebeers.com.
Shut your doors because tickets are zooming out.
All right, now close your eyes because the radio edition is about to start. Enjoy.
I've discovered something amazing.
What happens when you combine one studio, two new hosts, and the ability to broadcast to the entire nation?
Nothing can possibly go wrong.
Well, let's find out. This is the Sunday Experiment with Luke and Lewis.
Luke and Lewis, it's a Sunday Experiment. Brand new host, never done radio before. How you feeling, Luke?
Very good.
You ready to experiment?
I'm ready to get experimental. Now, I think we've said this before because we have done radio before, but
that intro made it sound like we've never done this
all
before.
right. It sounds a lot like Hagrid when he's like, "We've discovered something amazing."
Yeah,
And it's
it
like,
does
"You're a
sound like
wizard,
Hagrid.
Harry."
Yeah, it's like Hagrid telling everybody listening to lower their expectations.
Yeah, and please do.
Yeah.
Now, Lewis.
Yes?
I lost my wedding virginity on the weekend.
That's good.
First ever wedding I went to.
So you didn't lose your virginity at a wedding?
No, no, still yet to do that one. But I did go to my first ever wedding pretty late in life. I'm 23.
That is pretty late. I think I went. My first one was like when I was 14 or 15.
Yeah, I've just had no
Actual
cousins.
virginity,
tie the
18,
knot.
but
Yeah.
wedding virginity earlier.
And when was your virginity at a wedding?
Well,
Still yet.
otherwise they would sync up. They'd be the same day.
Yeah, right.
So, hey, give us a call. Have you lost your virginity at a wedding? 30-60.
We won't be taking
we won't
those
be
calls.
taking that one.
But something good happened at the wedding.
Mhm.
So the groom was from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Bride from Australia.
Mhm.
So after the best man speech, he was a New
Haka
Zealander.
versus Nutbush.
Dude, that was you're very close.
Okay. Oh, really?
That was a surprise haka
Oh,
after
sick.
the best man speech, but
Yeah.
it was a flash mob haka.
Oh.
So
did the groom know about it?
the groom didn't know. It was a surprise. So the best man gets off, right?
Yeah.
His last joke, and I'll be honest, thank God for the haka,
Yeah.
kind of tanked the
Mhm.
last joke.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, bloke just stands up in the middle of the crowd and goes, "Ah!" And then
that's
I look
scary.
around and I'm like, okay, this is a wedding crash. Something's happening.
Yeah.
And then I was about to call the cops,
Mm.
and then another guy stands up and goes, "Ah, da, da," and now I'm butchering it because I don't know the haka.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, there's 8 guys marching and chanting towards the front of the
That's so
room.
cool. That would
Then
be
they
so
all-
intimidating.
Oh, dude,
Were
all
they
the
all
nicest
like
guys.
huge New Zealanders too?
No, that just
No?
no. No.
No.
Just like a bunch of white dudes doing the haka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Right.
they all knew each other because they grew up
Yeah.
playing rugby together. So
Mhm.
it was like a good surprise for the guys. So they did the haka.
Yeah.
Right, they got the crazy eyes going. They even did like the neck thing at the end. It was
Yeah.
very intimidating for a wedding.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they finished, were the nicest guys ever. I was so scared of them. Then I
I would
spoke
have
to
done
them
a little
after.
bit of wee in my suit
Yeah.
if I saw that.
I know, I did. And then afterwards, they're like, "Oh, bro, lovely to meet you, dude." Like, they were all sweet. So it was cool.
That's good.
But we did want to ask you guys, 13 10 60, Did you lose your something virginity this weekend?
Your activity virginity.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
that was
did you
your
go to
first wedding?
That was my
Luke.
first ever wedding, quite late in life. You know, have you experienced something that maybe it took you too long to? You know, for
Yeah.
example, are you 40, you've never tried an apple? I mean, that would be wild if
That
you've
would be
missed
wild.
apples your whole life. Or maybe you went to your first music festival over the weekend.
Yep.
Maybe you went to your first game of golf.
Mhm.
You know, it doesn't matter what it is. 13 10 60. What thing did you do for the first time ever this weekend? We want to hear about it.
Luke and Lewis, we asked you guys on 13 10 60, when have you lost your activity virginity? Because Luke, you just went to a wedding for the very first time.
First time. I'm 23 years old, never been invited to a wedding before. I don't know if that says more about me and my personality.
It probably says something. I'm not sure what, but it definitely
just-
something.
Well, I'm at the age where my friends aren't getting married, and none of my family members have been married in my lifetime. Like no cousins
Right.
and stuff. So it's just kind of just missed it.
I guess you just have really ugly friends and
I'm
family.
just not friends with 30-year-olds. Like
Yeah.
I'm just not mates with older people. So yeah, I did lose that in the weekend. Also, fun little tidbit, got another one next weekend. How wild's that? Never
Open up
been
the
to a
floodgates.
wedding in my entire life, then 2 in a fortnight.
Yeah.
Actually 2 in a week, 2 in 8 days.
That is pretty wild.
Man.
Well,
So by the way, if you have a wedding in 2 weeks' time, 30 10 60, I want to get the trifecta. Invite me along. I'll go.
Dale, welcome to the show. You haven't lost your wedding virginity yet.
No, I actually have not. My first wedding virginity will actually be my own, which is in April of next year.
Oh,
That's
that's cool.
exciting.
Unless you get invited to one between now and April.
Oh, I highly doubt that one, mate.
No. You've
No
also
friends?
got a personality issue like me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah,
I feel
something
you,
like that.
Dale.
You're
But I feel like I can beat your age there, because by the time I actually do get married, I'll be 26, not 25.
Yeah, that's really impressive. So it was the same situation as me, just no mates that age, or
Yeah,
just no mates.
No, I think none of my mates want to get married, eh? I
Yeah.
think that's just the way it is. I know
Just-
one of my aunties got married, but I don't think I got invited.
didn't
to
cop
it.
an invite.
brutal.
So you're just mates with a bunch of bachelors, is that right? And then so are they all
No.
coming to your wedding? Is that all their first wedding as well?
No, it's not that. Like, they're in relationships, just none of them are married.
None of them are willing
So
to tie the
are you
knot.
gonna if you do get invited to a wedding between now and yours, are you gonna go for a bit of a practice run just to vibe out what yours could be like? Because otherwise you're going in blind, man.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of my own being my first kind of thing.
That's
you know?
cool.
It is cool. I would decline all invites. Thanks
Yeah.
for calling, Dale. Lockie, welcome to the show. What activity virginity have you lost?
Thanks, fellas. I ate my first frozen meal this weekend.
Pretty sad.
Yeah.
You
No, that's good. That's great.
actually
It's fantastic that it's actually not sad because it's amazing that you've avoided being that sad for how
That
long?
is true.
25 years.
25, yeah. Well, I've been spoiled. Mum's a chef, so it was. I never really had a reason to even delve into frozen meals until now.
Now,
That's
which
true.
meal did you go for? Like a lasagna, or was it something worse?
No, it was like a lean Michelle Bridges meal. It was a bit sad.
Where did you get that from?
From Woolies.
Yeah, James, our panel operator, would know all about them. Loves a U Foods. He thinks it's what do you say? Efficient and financially responsible.
It's those two things. It's
Yeah.
great.
And that really just explains our producer James.
Yeah.
Efficient and financially responsible.
Well, that's amazing. Well, so will you ever go back? Are you going to keep dabbling in the frozen meal game, or do you reckon you're out?
I've had 2 this weekend.
Oh, he's hooked.
Yeah.
He loves the convenience. This is a man who's not turning back.
Hey, try out U Foods, man. Give that a whirl.
Man,
I'll have to. I hear a lot.
he's going to sign up to Light and Easy by the end of the
Are they,
week.
are they a sponsor of this?
No,
Nah.
no. But
No,
hit
they're
us
not.
up.
Actually, you know what? Let's stop naming them. You're right, Lockie. No credit to any frozen meal brands. Unless they are a sponsor, in that case, go buy it.
Luke and Lewis across the nation.
Lewis,
Yep.
some things belong in the bin.
Absolutely.
This
Rubbish.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This radio show at times.
At
Not at all
times?
times. Some of
Sometimes.
our content's great.
Yeah.
2-minute noodle vegetables.
You don't
What
like
are they
them?
doing in there?
The
And-
dehydrated vegetables
Yep.
that come in the plastic packet.
Yep.
Not good.
Do you be honest with me? All right, everyone. There's about 7 people in the building
Mm-hmm.
right now. Does anyone regularly dabble or use the vegetables?
I used them once,
And then
then
you
I was
never
like,
go back?
"Oh, that's why I
No
don't
one
do
uses
that."
them.
And
Yeah.
now they go in the
You
bin.
use the flavoring and that's it.
Yeah.
James?
you can never fully rehydrate them. That's my problem. They're always
Yeah.
just a little bit.
You know what
dry
you
still.
might need to do? Maybe instead of putting water in, you got to chuck in a bit of Powerade. Really
Yeah.
rehydrate
A
those
bit of
veggies.
Barocca up in those veggies. Bit of Hydrolyte.
That joke, bin.
Bin, yeah, good. Now I did because I was thinking about this the other day, having some noodles. I was
Yeah.
like, look, this isn't the only thing that belongs in the bin.
Mhm.
I want to start a list
Okay.
on this show of things. Luke and Lewis's list of things that belong in the bin. Now the
Okay.
first thing would again probably our show.
Yep.
So we'll bin that, James. Yep. Great,
Now,
that's in there.
what should join us in the bin? 131060, give us a call. What deserves to be in the bin?
Yeah. Another one. James reckons fish sauce.
Fish sauce.
What does that mean? Like, so
Yeah, like whenever I get a vermicelli salad, I think I'm saying that right.
he doesn't enjoy the Vietnamese
yeah, like-
salad sauce.
Yeah, like when I'm having
Right.
lemongrass beef, and I get fish sauce, I just kind of want to put it in the
Yeah.
bin.
And another thing, I would the space pineapple Zupa Dupas.
Yep.
Worst flavor in the packet.
Not
They
a good
always get
flavour.
left in the freezer, just with like that and lime.
Yeah.
So it's like if you could just want to bin it, and usually someone will take a lime if it's 35 degrees, but it could be 45 degrees. You could not have drank water. You could be more dehydrated than vegetables that are in 2-minute noodles, and you wouldn't even touch a pineapple soup.
I could be digging through the bin looking for food, find the Zuba Duper that you just threw out, and then be like, oh, no, this doesn't deserve to be out of the bin, and I'd put it back.
Yeah, they
So,
suck.
131060, give us a call. What deserves to be in the bin, even if it's not food related?
Doesn't
We
have to
wanna
be
know.
food related. Ours are all food related. Yeah, 131060. What belongs in the bin?
It's Luke and Lewis. Amy Shark says hi, but also
Tell 'em all.
We are deciding. We are on a big list of things that deserve to be in the bin.
Yeah.
So Luke, you decided that the dehydrated vegetables that are in. Like,
Yeah, they come in 2-minute noodles. No one's eating the veggies that come in there. Everyone's just putting the flavoring on, throwing in the bin.
Yeah.
Another thing that we added was the fish sauce in like a Vietnamese salad. No one's using
No,
that. You know,
bin.
No,
just
bin.
go straight in there.
I've got one as well. It's not food related.
Yep.
The small talk that comes with an Uber ride. Bin that.
Yeah.
Just the ride, thanks. Don't need the conversation.
What's your line? Just traveling for business.
Just traveling for business.
Yep.
And then that just shuts them down. That means don't want to talk to you in a polite way. So
Yeah.
bin that.
I got picked up from a wedding venue on
Yep.
the weekend in an Uber. He said, "Oh, were you at a wedding?" And I went, oh. And no conversation
So
for 45
good.
minutes.
You just bin that small talk
I've been
straight
it
away.
so hard, dude.
That's
It was
great.
late. I was tired. I didn't want
Um,
to have that chat.
Silvana, welcome to the show. What are you putting in the bin?
When you buy the bag of jelly beans, and I just reckon you should throw away the black ones. They're
Oh, yeah.
disgusting.
No good.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that. And also, all licorice. Can we just
Yes.
bin that as a
Red-
society?
I'm a fan of
The,
the
red
the red
licorice.
one's good.
Red one's good, but that's not really red licorice, is it?
Yeah, great.
Thanks, Silvana.
Love that
Rachel,
one.
welcome to the show. What are you putting in the bin?
My kids.
How many do you have?
So I have a 1.5-year-old,
Yep.
and I have a 5-year-old. So
Yeah.
both ends.
That's going to be a
With
full
a-
bin. We're going to have to get a skip.
Yeah. Well, lucky I've got 2 bins, so I'm lucky.
Oh,
I
one
got
each.
right.
That's good. So there'll be no fighting then,
Yeah.
because they all get their own
No.
bin. Great.
Just make sure you
Absolutely.
remember to put them out on Tuesday, or your kids will be sitting in the garage for a week. You like that one, didn't you, Rachel? Let's put that joke in the bin as well.
Thanks, Rachel. Ben, what are you putting in the bin?
Fuel prices of Melbourne.
Fuel prices, yeah, political. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Good, strong. I actually, I don't want to give them a plug, but there's an app that you can get. A very popular chain of thing. Are they a sponsor? I won't
Service
say them.
stations.
It rhymes with Levin and Bevan and a Bevan.
Great, man.
Got
that
20
sentence, bin.
Got $20 off fuel was my point.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, we'll keep that app, but
Yeah.
maybe ban fuel
But
prices.
also, Ben, I agree. Let's bin it.
Great.
Good. Straight
Thanks,
into our
Ben.
bin. Let's wrap it up here.
Joden, welcome to
Yep.
the show. What are you putting in the bin?
Hey, I'm putting in the paper straws.
Yes.
Environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
Wait. Oh,
Opposite.
so you hate turtles. Oh, sick. Yeah, let's just bin turtles while we're at it.
Hey, man.
Colby.
Thanks for calling. Luke and Lewis on the Hit Network. Luke, something crazy happened to me while I was in Newcastle doing my tour.
Yep.
I was in Office Works, not somewhere you would expect anything savage to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
If this story ends with, and I bought a stapler, I'll be disappointed.
No, I was actually trying to buy memory cards for my camera. They were out of stock, but that's not the crazy thing that happened. The crazy thing that happened was I was in line, and it was a very busy line. So it was quite packed. Everyone was standing very close to each other, right? I was behind this older gentleman, maybe about 70, right? Well-to-do guy wearing a polo shirt, shorts, and a belt. Looked like he had money, right? Standing behind him, and it's very silent in Office Works, very boring place. No one's really chatting. And then this old man rips the loudest fart that I've ever heard in public.
Yeah.
Like the biggest one, like the stuff that you would only ever hear on like a YouTube sound effect video. Doesn't even sound real.
Was it wet?
It was like dry and confident. That's what it
Wow.
was. It was incredibly loud and it shocked me and it was really gross. I stepped back and I went, are you right? Because I was just involuntary reaction. I just called him out on it. And then for some reason I felt rude for saying, hey, don't fart in public, bro.
What would be rude is going to the fan section of Officeworks, buying one, then turning it on. That
Yeah.
would be more disrespectful.
So I jumped back and I went, oh, you right? And then he turned around, looked at me and went, I am now, mate. So got me thinking, right? Only old people like have the confidence to do something like that
To
and
rip
then
a-
just back it up. Got me thinking,
Yeah.
131060, give us a call. When have you...
You've been hit by.
Savage Senior. When have you been hit by a Savage Senior? 131060, give us a call.
Does it have to be a fart-related story?
No, when has an old person done something rude or something obnoxious in
Yeah.
public and just hasn't cared
Like
at all?
for example, like a stray booger on your pie or something like that. That would
Yep.
be savage.
I've
And-
got a couple of other stories. Our producer outside Ebony, her grandma told her sister that she's put on weight as soon as she came in the house. Oh, you've put on weight?
You've been hit by.
Savage Senior.
That's powerful.
Yeah, so 131060, when has an old person done something incredibly obnoxious
I like
with
this.
heaps of confidence?
That's
Give us a
all
call.
old people. So the phone lines really should be lit up.
Absolutely. Luke and Lewis, we asked you guys on 131060, when have you seen a Savage Senior? When have they struck?
You've been hit by.
A Savage Senior. Not the best sound effect, but it's what we're doing, right? So
I thought it was pretty good. I couldn't even notice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, was that you the whole time?
No, 50% of the time was Michael Jackson.
Huh.
I got struck by a Savage Senior. I was in Office Works waiting in line. The guy in front of me, old dude, did the most confident fart I've ever heard. I was disgusted and went, are you all right, mate? He looked at me and went, I am now.
You've been hit by.
Yeah.
You've been hit by.
A Savage Senior. Absolutely savage. So we've got a couple callers here. Melissa, welcome to the show. When have you been struck by a Savage Senior?
Hi, guys. I actually work on the non-emergent ambulances.
Yep.
And I was taking a patient home. He was an 85-year-old man, and we had to take him up some steps. So my partner was on the side holding his arm, and I was at the back of him holding his trousers. And, he went up, 2 or 3 steps, and I was still at the bottom, and he proceeded to do the loudest, roughest fart in my face. And my partner just looked at me, and I was like, oh, and it was so disgusting. I started dry reaching, and he laughed.
You've been hit by. You've been hit by.
A Savage Senior. So you're trying to save this man's life. He farts in your face and laughs.
Yeah.
That is
absolutely.
savage.
I
That's
don't.
great.
I don't want to be this guy, but are you sure it was a fart?
I'm 100. It sounded a bit wet. But
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh,
judging
no.
by reaction, he's might have done a solid.
And that's even more savage that he laughed.
Yeah.
Thanks,
he laughed
Melissa.
right in my face. I'm sorry.
That's wild.
Evan, welcome to the show. When have you been struck by a Savage Senior?
Oh, look, I was in Woolworths down at Dural.
That's where they strike.
Oh, mate, tell me about it. And this bloke was picking his nose savagely, and I turned around and I said to him, hey, look, mate, did you pick a winner? You better go cash it in. And he wasn't impressed.
I think you were more of a savage in that situation.
Yeah. But how old are you now, Evan?
I'm in my 40s now. I'm 43, but I said to him, mate, if that finger was up your nose any further, you would have picked out a golden nugget.
Yeah, right.
I think you're going to be incredibly savage when you're a senior, mate.
Man, like I think look, I'd only comment if I saw the senior citizen perhaps wipe it on a banana or something like that, or wipe it on an apple. Even banana's got a skin. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Any fruit that you eat raw, I'd be like, yeah, let's not wipe boogers on there.
And what did he say to you, Evan?
Well, he turned around and said to me, "Oh, look, shut up. That you're not advised to say anything." And then I said to him, "You'd be better off putting that in your hanky because then it'd dance because it'd have a bit of boogie in it."
You've been hit by. You've been hit by.
A savage senior. That's great, Evan. Thank you very much for calling. Well, that was our savage senior stories. I think that Evan got a bit confused. I think he interpreted it as, when have you savaged a senior? Luke and Lewis. Luke, you need a bit of help from the nation.
I do. I've never called upon a nation before, but we have this platform. We are on national radio,
And
so
we
it's
should
time.
absolutely abuse the platform we've been given.
And that is exactly what I'm planning to do. And now, look, okay, I will come clean. I have been known to abuse this platform from time to time for my own benefit. And
You are a serial offender.
yes, today is no exception. I usually do a segment on the show called Personal Errands, where sometimes I just get people to do stuff for me.
And I've never done that segment.
Yeah, but I do it. You should get on board. It's great. Got a lot of things done. Today, Lewis, is my girlfriend Meg's birthday.
Yep.
And I've nailed it so far. I've hit the trifecta. I nailed the gift. Got her 2 tickets to a musical she wants to go see.
Okay.
Took her out for breakfast this morning, number
Yep.
2, and then we went and saw a movie she also wanted to see this afternoon. Boom, boom, boom. I'm
Nailing
killing
it.
it. Now, it's
I would say that's enough. She
3.
doesn't,
well,
you're going to
there's
spoil her.
3 hours to go of her birthday, and
Yeah.
I thought, we don't often have the platform of national radio. I thought, let's just to bring it home,
Yeah.
just to kind of rub it into all the other boyfriends out there who also have a girlfriend's birthday today, just to get one up on them, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's a competition now.
It's a flex, it's an alpha move, and I'm absolutely right. We're abusing it. So I would like to call upon the nation if you guys could help me out.
Yeah.
13 10 60. Can you please help celebrate Meg's birthday? I want people all around the country to sing happy birthday to Meg. All right, it's a surprise. Let's get someone from every single state.
Okay.
All right, we're broadcasting everywhere.
You really are abusing this platform.
Oh, of course. And
because
13
some
10
people would like to listen to radio and hear music.
Oh,
instead
you
of-
can hear hits all day long. All right, switch the station. I don't care. I'm using this. Okay, don't do that. Got a lot of
Got a
bad
lot of
looks.
ads that you have to listen to.
Yeah,
as well.
come back. You know what? I would say happy birthday, one of the biggest hits of all time. Some would
Yeah,
argue.
most
this
sung
is hits
song
an
ever.
old school, this station, and it is an old school hit.
Okay, great.
So 13 10 60, can you sing happy birthday to my girlfriend Meg on the phone? All you got to do is have vocal cords and be willing to help me out and make me the best boyfriend in the world.
Luke and Lewis. Luke and Lewis. Luke, your girlfriend's birthday is today,
Yes.
and you reckon you've given her the best birthday ever.
Boyfriend of the year is a term that's been thrown around, not by her, by me, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she would agree. Now, Meg, she joins us. Meg, how you going?
Hey guys, how you going?
Very
Good.
well.
Firstly, happy birthday.
Thanks.
No worries.
Secondly, on a scale of 1 to amazing, how's your day been?
It's been amazing. It has been.
Did not actually word it up.
It's probably been my best birthday yet.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, and it's about to get heaps better. I've told you, I've nailed it.
You
dude.
really have nailed
Yeah.
it.
What do you-
Okay, well, Meg, I guess I'll leave this to Luke because
Yep.
clearly I don't really know how to celebrate a birthday.
Yes. So essentially, Meg, what I've organised here for you is obviously I've nailed it already. I've nailed the gift. Got your tickets to one of your favourite musicals. Boom.
Yeah.
Smashed that out of the park. Well done, Luke. Sorry, just patting myself on the back.
You nailed that.
Yep, thank you.
Yep.
Hang on, Lewis. I just gotta let Lewis pat me on the back.
There
There,
you go,
we go. Secondly,
Yep.
I took you out for breakfast. Now, I will admit there was a small stumble. I'm very fussy, Lewis. We went to one cafe. They didn't have pancakes, so we left.
For you? That's not how that works. It's her birthday, bro.
Hey, man, I didn't want to eat avocados.
Okay.
So then we went to a
was
second
pretty
one, but the
good.
second one was great, wasn't it, Meg?
Yes, it was actually really good.
Yep.
So you nailed that.
Yep, nailed that.
Nailed anything else?
And then I. All right. Maybe I could fool things today. All right. There was the third thing in the afternoon. Took Meg to see Joker, obviously a great film, and we both enjoyed that. So I've smashed it out of the park. Now, most boyfriends would stop here, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But Meg,
Oh, I would have stopped ages before.
I'm not most boyfriends, am
Are
I?
you sure you don't want to stop now?
No, it's going to get heaps better. True, I don't want to ruin a good thing, but I'm pretty confident.
What you're doing now, Luke, is you're ruining next year's birthday because you won't be able to top it.
That's true. Damn, I didn't think about
Okay.
this. No, we're going ahead with it. Ladies and gentlemen, and Meg, happy birthday. And obviously, I've said it a bunch of times today, but not often do I have the platform where the whole country can wish you a happy birthday and also sing your happy birthday. So I've recruited some people from every single state in Australia here, and we are all going to sing happy birthday. Guys, I'll count you guys in, and let's all just hit it together. Lewis, participate. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Very out of time.
Happy birthday, dear Meg. Great birthday. It's a bit out of time.
Luke, I think you just undid all of your good work.
How was that, Meg?
That was something.
That was something. Oh.
Hey, Luke, I reckon next year's going to be just fine.
Thanks for joining us.
Luke and Lewis, the Sunday Experiment. Luke, I had some shows in Sydney for my tour and I had an amazing time after the shows. And then I thought it was the weekend, had a long run. I thought I'd go out with my team and have a drink, right? When you finish a show, last thing you want to do is have a crazy night because you're a little bit tired. You'd like to sit in a quiet place, have a chat.
I mean, you like to read books and paint Warhammer miniatures in your
Yes.
free time.
Little plastic
you don't
action
even you
figures.
don't drink.
No.
So I'm very surprised that you even toyed with the idea of going
Hey,
out.
man, I
Because I've done shows with you in the past, and you're very much a let's go get a bite to eat and an early night kind of guy. Oh,
Yeah.
early flight in the morning. Wouldn't want to go to bed past 11.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people think that tour life is crazy. I just want a bit of a read and a snooze.
I think that's wild. Like I would never do that.
Yeah, reading's pretty wild for you.
Reading's wild, man.
Yeah,
So many words.
grammar.
Yeah.
Who needs that?
Punctuation.
Now, I was...
Can we stop talking about it? My head hurts.
I was traveling with my video guy, Keelan. He's 19, and he knew a friend in Sydney. And, often you get recommendations of where to go from the locals.
And often, when the person's 19, you go, bad idea, let's do mine.
Now, I was like, let's go to like a quiet pub for a chat. And then
Yep.
Keelan goes, my friend is already at a pub. He says it's great. We should go there. So we
What
do
was
that.
it called?
I don't know.
This
right?
is why
I was
you
not
asked.
told.
Because it would have some stupid name like
Bubbles or Jingles or something.
Yeah, it'll be a club.
Yeah.
But if it's just like, the Old Scholar, you're like, that's a pub.
That's a pub.
Yeah.
I didn't know the name of it. We walked 25 minutes there, and then I
Or like
realized
Frankie's Horsey Den.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that might be something else. Definitely a club though. I got 20 minutes into the 25-minute walk, and I had a realization come over me, and I turned to Keelan and I said, "Hang on. We're not going to do some 19-year-old shit right now, are we? We're not going to like a nightclub." And he goes, "Nah, man. My friend says that it's."
Is his friend
a bar."
19?
His friend's
You were
19.
definitely going to do some 19-year-old stuff.
Absolutely, right? So we get there, and from the outside, looks like a pub. I'm like, oh, great, right? It's a pub. Good, okay? Then we go in, $20 entry, and I'm like, hang on a second.
It's not a
This
pub.
is not a pub. They don't charge entry, but everybody else had already gone in. So I paid my $20 because I can't just leave them. They've all paid.
Oh, you can. And I have done that before in the past. I've been known to abandon friends upon entry. I'm like, $20 to stand in a room and hate myself. No, thanks. I can do that for free.
Yeah.
Here in this alley. It's actually better. And it smells better also.
That would have been a much better decision, right?
Yeah.
But I paid my $20. I went down the stairs, and all I hear is do, do, do. I'm like, oh no, it's a club.
Now, by the way, no disrespect to nightclubs, except obviously
all of them.
disrespecting them right now. But we're just not a nightclub guys. I
Yeah.
do prefer a bar or a pub over a nightclub. Those days are over for me now.
Yeah.
There was a brief 6-month stint where, lucky Thursdays in Melbourne that would get a run.
Yeah.
And I've left that behind me. And I haven't seen Timmy Trumpet DJ live in years.
Haven't seen
and that's
that
something
hat.
I'm very proud of.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Yeah.
See him on Facebook every now and then, the oven video, but that's it.
And that's enough.
That really is enough Timmy
With
Trumpet,
the dad
isn't it?
and the kid. Yeah, it's a good one. It's
That's
a classic.
enough. And that's really just about the kids, not about going to the club.
Yep.
So I get in. Not only, Luke, is it a nightclub, it is a nightclub with a ball pit.
What?
It has a ball
I've
pit.
been to a place in Melbourne called Bang. Used to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the worst idea ever because obviously the balls don't stay in the pit.
And also sticky.
Yeah.
Because beers are going in that pit.
So the only thing that was happening was
And I don't like sticky balls. Sorry.
That's good. The only thing that I saw was about 16 girls fall over balls in high heels.
Yep.
And then I decided to leave after 20 minutes, right? Because I got my
So
value.
$1 a minute.
$1 a minute. But not only that, Luke, I realized that all of my friends got in for free. They didn't tell me the code to get in. I was the only one who paid $20.
What a
and I
stitch up.
left after 20 minutes.
I was going to hate on Keelan, but great work. Good stuff.
Awful. Luke and Lewis. Luke and Lewis on the Hit Network. Luke, something incredible happened at UFC 243, which was in Melbourne at Marvel Stadium just today, this morning. Firstly, craziest thing about that is you have to wake up at probably 3 a.m. to punch on at 1 p.m. That's a strange day,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Does that mean people watching, like, they just got stuck into the beers at 8? Or do you reckon they didn't
think
even
so.
go home from the night before and were like, let's just keep going?
Well,
like,
in
how do you-
America, most people watching,
Of course, that's why
a
they
normal
do it
time.
early. But
in
here,
Australia, yeah.
I mean, people in the room, because I saw a few people I know, like a couple of comics we know were there.
Yeah.
And, you know, they had a couple of beers going. I didn't realize that I was at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
I just assumed I was watching a story from the night before or something like that.
I know. I feel like it's just such a strange thing to do in first thing in the morning is just punch on. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's not what you feel like, you know. Oh, maybe
Usually
a
I
coffee.
like cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of being punched
Not
in
really
the head.
want a headlock instead of Wheat Bix, you know. But at the event, a fighter who was a fighter called Cal Potter, he walked on. His walk-on music was Up There Kazali.
Now, is he an Australian fighter?
Yes. And he
That's a
walked onto
tune.
this. This is pumping in Marvel Stadium.
Oh, yeah, he's picked the national anthem correctly. This
Yeah.
should be it.
Absolutely. And he went on, after listening to this, to win his first ever UFC fight.
What a legend.
Which is incredible.
All credit to the song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's the bloke who sings this?
I don't
Again?
know.
I think that's Mike Brady.
Sounds
Mike
like
Brady,
30
yeah.
blokes.
He did it. You know, he's going around doing them at local grand finals. Did like my local footy grand final live. That's how he makes his cash.
So just a little bit of.
Yeah,
Just that.
legit. He did like the Northern Football League's grand final in West
awesome.
Preston.
He should have done the He should have done the UFC. Something tells me he was free.
Yeah.
He just never got the call to do his own song.
Yeah.
That would have been the only way
Surely
you could make
that's
that
a
better.
better gig than like a local footy ground,
For
like
sure.
Greensboro versus West Preston. You know?
But it got me thinking, obviously, walk-on music, very, very important, right? So 13-10-60, what would you walk on stage to?
What's your entrance song if you're listening? Everyone's got one in mind. Like everyone goes, if I was in a situation now, it doesn't have to be like in a fight situation. It could be if you're a performer, what would your walk-on song be?
Or even, what would you just walk into a room
Yeah,
for?
like
a job interview.
You know, or job interviews great, or just rock out, you know, to a house party, just like boom, you could come in with Kesha because the party don't start till you walk in.
That's a good one. Yeah.
It's very good. You could also do my one that I walk out on stage to from now on is going to be "Fat Bottom Girls" by
Right.
Queen. Absolute the ultimate pump up song of all time.
That is good.
You tell
Welcome
me.
to the stage, Luke Kidgel.
And then it's just like
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury's in the background. I come out like a legend, but that's not to do with the song. That's me.
Yeah.
And then obviously crowd goes nuts. And then really not many people could follow that.
My one's a
Lucky
little
I'm
bit
that good.
different. I like a bit of Aussie rap. I walk on to Forte on my
Yeah.
level, right? This is a bit of a banger.
Yeah,
Really
you're
gets
gonna
you amped
lose
up.
ticket sales.
No.
Now that people know they're going to hear
No,
this at the start of
the
your
main
shows.
reason people come to my shows is to hear the 30 seconds of walk-on
Certainly not
music.
for the
Here it
comedy.
comes. Ooh, listen to that. Yeah. Here
This
comes
isn't that
me.
good.
Nah, it
Oh,
gets...
have you walked on yet? So
it's
like,
an
is it like welcome to the stage?
Oh, no, it is an incredibly long build-up. We can't even play it. Too many swears.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
But I like a long build-up with mine.
So you like the crowd kind of sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
I prefer like a welcome to the stage and it's all happening at once.
Yeah.
And that's what you get with Fat Bottom Girls. Obviously up there, Kazali would have been a good one to do because the UFC was in Melbourne, which means
Yeah.
he would have had 50,000 fans singing along.
Well, it says in this news article, he was not the headline fight, but he got the biggest cheer coming coming
Absolutely.
on because of the walk-on song, and that's
Yeah.
probably why he won. So
The other bloke should have done Waltzing Matilda. Could have matched it.
that's the only way to one up. 131060. Give us a call. What's your walk-on music? What's your room entrance music? What's your dentist appointment music? We want to know.
Yeah, we want to hear what is your walk-on song. We'll get it loaded up, and you can have your own moment.
You can describe the situation to
Yeah.
us, and then hit the music.
and then we'll hit the music, and then you just show us
Just
how
walk
good
in.
your entrance is going to be. 131060. What is your walk-in music? We want to hear it.
Luke and Lewis, the Sunday Experiment. We've been talking about walk-on music, which is very important. I feel like every single person has a song in their head they identify with, where if anything crazy were to happen, that's what they play before they have to do
It's
it.
often the song that if it comes on at a party, you people will go,
Mhm.
"This is my jam," or like guys will
Yep.
go, "Whoa," you know. It's one of those songs that gets you up and going. My one personally is "Fat Bottom Girls" by Queen.
Yep.
It's a banger. You can't. It's undeniably a
Yep.
good pump up track.
Absolutely a banger. This is inspired by at UFC 243 in Melbourne. Cal Potter walked on to Up There Kazali, which is just a great walk on.
Yep, in Marvel Stadium today.
Not an
50,000
obvious
people.
choice, but good.
What a way to really solidify yourself as a hero overnight. I didn't know about this guy this morning.
And he won the fight.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have even known about him
Yeah.
if he won the fight. I don't follow the UFC, so I wouldn't have known who this guy is. But because
Mhm.
he's made such a great decision, that's what we're trying to say: is good entrance music
has to make an impact.
can make an impact so hard that now I know who Cal Potter is, and I'll never forget him.
Yep. So we've gone around the team. Luke, yours is Fat Bottom Girls.
Yep.
James, our button pusher here. What would you walk on to?
So I've actually done a walk on. I did this last week when I was boarding a plane. So as I was walking,
So wait,
your
hey,
plane
you were doing
boarding
this
song.
in your own headphones.
No, yeah, in my own
So
headphones.
it's not like you called Qantas ahead and going, so I'm going to be boarding at this time, get this ready.
Have it over the PAs.
No, that
So
would be cool.
You were listening to this song while all of the ground crew were going, "Sir, take your headphones off. It's unsafe," and you couldn't hear it because you were listening to
I
your
later
song.
read that you're actually supposed to put away all electrical devices as you go across the tarmac. But I was walking across this.
Oh, bit of client liaison.
Yep.
Off-white limousine client liaison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it make
Off-white airplane?
You know what? That's the kind of vibe. See, the thing about this song is this song gives off the vibe that you are getting a private jet and you just stepped out of your limo on the tarmac.
Felt like that.
Yeah.
But you were probably walking. I bet you weren't even walking through a boarding dock. You were probably walking on the tarmac.
It was,
yeah.
yeah.
You were getting on a
Flying
Tiger
Jetstar,
flight
weren't
with
you?
like one wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were seated right at the back. No emergency.
No.
seat.
I paid the extra $18, one F in the emergency
You
ride.
pay the extra money?
Yeah.
Where were you flying to?
I just be tall and they give it to me. It's
Yeah.
great.
I was going to Hobart.
It's like an hour flight.
You've
Grow
definitely-
up.
you've definitely
You're
picked the
short
wrong
as
music.
well. You've got nothing to complain about. Yeah, that's a good one.
Now, Ebony, producer Ebony, what would you walk onto? What's the situation?
Guys, I see myself walking down the hallway, coming into work every morning with this one blasting. Strutting down the halls.
Good.
That's sassy.
Yeah.
It's sassy.
That
Love
is
and
good.
life.
And what does that inspire you to do? Just
Groove,
not die?
moonwalk.
Have you ever moonwalked down the office here?
I mean, I would if this was playing.
Well,
Okay.
Maybe let's
Tomorrow we'll get it done.
let's get it done.
Done.
Will you actually moonwalk?
Yeah, absolutely. If
All
this is playing, I'm doing it.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
great.
follow us on Luke and Lewis on Instagram. That's coming tomorrow.
I
Ebony
mean,
attempting to moonwalk.
Can't be bothered to organise that. James, can you play it for her? Thanks.
Yeah.
Now, Keelan, our video guy, do you have one, you reckon?
Yeah, I'll do this one.
Okay.
Some Veronicas.
I mean, it makes an impression for sure.
Now,
I
of
walked
recent
into-
news, that's actually good. A good song to get kicked off a flight to instead of boarding one.
Luke and Lewis for the Sunday Experiment. Luke, what do you think of that song?
Sorry, what? What song?
Oh, you couldn't hear it?
No, because I there is something I want to bring up.
Yeah.
And I think I've mentioned it to you a few weeks ago, and
Mhm.
I still haven't dealt with it.
Yeah.
I think I'm partially deaf.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, I'm not partially deaf. Like
You've
it's
become
not genetic.
partially
I've
deaf.
become partially deaf, and I'm procrastinating dealing with it because I don't really care.
You
It's
don't
not a
care.
massive deal.
I got to be honest. Why? Okay, so why are you partially
Okay, so
deaf?
this is how it started. About 3 months ago now, I reckon. It was ages ago. I had my headphones on, similar to these ones, over the head
Uh-huh.
ones, and I was like to my girlfriend, I was like, "Oh man, my headphones are broken. One ear,
This is
I can't
sounding
hear
very
it properly."
familiar.
And then she put them on. She's like, "Nope, they're fine. It's your head."
Yeah.
You're the problem. And more and more things kept on happening. There was lots of times where this morning, literally, I was sleeping on my left ear. Now it's my right ear.
Couldn't hear anything.
My girlfriend's alarm went off.
Yeah.
And I did not wake up.
Yeah.
Yep.
This happened to
full
me.
blast, and I couldn't hear it because my good ear was on the pillow, and my bad ear was bad.
And this is just because your ear is just full of wax.
Well, I'm assuming it might be a wax issue, or it's just maybe I do need to see an audiologist.
I think that's the issue, Luke, because this happened to me, and you've put it off for 3 months so far.
Yeah.
I put this off for 3 years.
Yeah, I'll probably
from
will
when
as
I was
well.
18 to about 21, perhaps even longer, to the point where I would, in bed, I would just naturally fold my ear and put my hand on the pillow so that I could lift it up and sound would get in the other ear.
Actually, you know what Lewis used to do while talking on the phone? He used to put his phone to his ear and then grab the phone and then fold his ear over the phone and hold it like this.
Yeah.
He
so the
held
sound
phone
couldn't escape.
with his ear like folded over it like how you put...
I just looked like an idiot every time I answered the phone. And all I had to do, Luke, was spend $80 to get my ears vacuumed.
But you already
fixed
done
it
that.
immediately. No, I did that once.
Yeah, and you got to keep going back.
That was about 4 years ago.
And
now
2.5, because I remember you did it on the radio show.
Oh,
once.
2.5 years. But
Yeah.
now it's starting to come back, and I'm considering going again.
Because
Because
you have a joint suck. Oh,
Yeah.
No. No. A joint ear clean.
yeah, maybe, perhaps. Yeah, we'll do that. I hope that everyone listening was also deaf. Didn't hear that, because that would be a little bit embarrassing, wouldn't it? I think we might end it there. Not going to get any better than that, is it? Hey, Luke and Lewis, we've got to get to a song before you say something else. Luke and Lewis, the Sunday Experiment. That's the end of the show. Thank you very much for listening.
Before we end the show, it is the end, but I do. There's like a PS, So we've ended the card. PS.
Post-show message.
Post-show message. During the song, obviously, previously, if you weren't tuning in, Lewis and I were talking about the fact that we think we might be deaf, both of us. Partially deaf in one ear. We think we
Yes.
might have too much wax.
Earwax problem.
Yes. And during the song, our panel operator James, who pushes the buttons here on the show, he really wanted to do a deep dive. He said,
Have
"Can
a
I get
look."
my phone torch? Do you want to come
Yeah,
around
I
now
just-
and do it?"
if
He
it's
goes,
okay,
"Can
I
I
just-
have a quick squiz
just
with
wanna
my
squiz."
phone torch
James,
in your
just
ear?"
before you leave the microphone, can I just say how absolutely weird it is that you want to do this?
I'm calling HR tomorrow.
No, I think it's absolutely a normal thing just to check in on a mate's ear. So
Okay,
can
well,
I-
are you going to
Well,
come around?
come have
Yeah,
a look then.
all right, cool.
So,
I'll just,
I mean, you have to stand in a chair if you want
just
to do
gonna
it to
come
Lewis.
round and check.
Yeah, so going to have a look in Luke's ear, and then he'll have
What
a
are you
look in mine.
expecting to find? Have you done this before?
Well, you won't be finding any brains in Luke's.
We always do this in our house. We just sort of.
You always do it in your house. Weird home life. That explains a lot. Checking ears.
There's nothing in that ear. It's
Yeah,
very
well,
clean
what
ear.
were you expecting to find?
Like
It's
a
not going to be
wax
on the surface.
Do you want to have a look in
It's
mine?
deep, man. It's
Yeah,
deep
mine's my
wax.
left one,
That's
my
why
bad
I'm
one. You're
deaf.
going to go around. Okay, James is having a look
Alright,
now. Anything
James is looking in Lewis's ear.
Lewis is slightly more. You've both got very clean ears.
in there?
Well, what's the problem? Maybe we're
too,
actually
too
deaf.
clean, pushing it in further. Well, before we end the show,
That's
James.
got me really concerned.
Yeah, I think that's it. We need to get that
Well,
checked.
Now,
Yeah.
now what
Sorry,
do
guys.
you recommend? Since you're clearly a doctor in this field,
I would
Go.
flush some fluids down there first.
isn't it bad putting things in? I heard I don't want to say it again, but I heard a nice clean suck was better
Was what you
in the
needed.
ear.
No, I reckon because you want to loosen everything up in there first.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
get
right.
some liquid in, and then maybe
Yeah.
Yeah.
after that.
Now, James,
after the
before
last
we
break, I'm not going to make any comments about liquid.
Well, that's
I
right.
think I'm going to tap out for the rest of the show.
before we end the show, James, did you want to have a look at any other holes, or are you
Okay,
good?
you need to tap out as
No,
well.
no.
I'm
All
just
right.
tapping out there. Would you like to end the
You
show,
end the show.
James?
We've
Because we
tapped
both
out.
tapped out.
All right. This is the Sunday Experiment. See you next week.